Beckman grabs provisional number 1 in peak Chevy. Racing on the track that is home to Frank Hawley's drag racing school, for whom he has been a driving instructor for more than 20 years. Jack Beckman drove the peak antifreeze and coolant Chevrolet SS to a best time of 3.832 seconds at 334.65 miles per hour Friday to claim the provisional number 1 qualifying position for Sunday's 56th annual NHRA Gator Nationals. Teammate Austin Prock, the reigning NHRA Mission Foods Funny Car champion and Gainesville track record holder at 3.820 seconds, struggled mightily and finished the first day in a number 15 position in his national record-holding Cornwell Tools Chevy SS at a pedestrian 4.231 seconds at 206.10 miles per hour. Prock, who begins defense of his Mission Foods Funny Car Championship on the same track on which his grandfather, Tom, was the Funny Car runner-up at the 1975 Gator Nationals, will have 2 opportunities on Saturday to improve his starting position. When the season ended last year, I wasn't sure if I'd be back, Beckman said of his status after subbing in for an injured John Force over the last 8 races of the 2024 season. I thought I'd get the nod, but I wasn't sure, so I can't put into words how awesome it is to be strapped into John Force's peak funny car and have John walk by and give you a thumbs up before they fired up. I am unbelievably lucky. Tonight, there's a part of me that expected to see someone run 3.81, said the 35-time funny car winner. But I'm happy with a 3.83. We were low of both sessions in completely different conditions. Riding a wave of momentum generated in a jaw-dropping performance during pre-race testing, 2-time Top Fuel World Champion Brittany Force drove her Monster Energy dragster to the provisional number 6 qualifying position on the first day at 3.696 seconds, 331.77 miles per hour. After throwing down the gauntlet in Wednesday testing, when she accelerated to 302.69 miles per hour in the first 660 feet, the fastest speed ever at that distance, Brittany was slightly less spectacular on Friday, but still will be one of the favorites in Saturday's Forthright Trailers All-Star Top Fuel Callout, a bonus race in which she was runner-up in both 2022 and 2024. She will oppose Justin Ashley in the first round. We got 2 qualifying runs in today, said the 17-time Tour winner and former Rookie of the Year. Our first run put us 3rd. That last run, the track was tricky and we didn't get down, so we're currently sitting 6th. But we got 1 good run under our belt. We get 2 more qualifying, getting ready for race day, run Saturday, potentially 3 with the Wright Trailers All-Star Callout, before we go into racing on Sunday. Prock appeared to be on his way to besting Beckman's pace-setting time of 3.873 seconds in the first round of qualifying when his Cornwell Chevy suffered a broken rear end that cost him 5 penalty points and precipitated a 2-hour-long cleanup effort on the part of the NHRA Safety Safari. Tough day at the racetrack, Prock said. We had a pretty significant failure that was totally out of our control in Q1. The car was flying. We were going to have about 400ths on the field if it would have made it, but the rear end let go, and I'm lucky I'm safe. Everything that the NHRA has done, and Force America made, has done, to make these cars safer back there definitely helps. I got out lucky there. It could have been much worse, said the 8-time Funny Car winner and former NHRA Rookie of the Year, 2019. I'm just happy to be okay after that. Obviously, we had a lot of work to do in between rounds, and NHRA had a lot of work to do to the racetrack as well, said the man who began his driving career in oval racing. We got the race car all bolted back together, and everything was functioning properly. But when you get put in a situation like that where you kind of have to lay up, we wanted to make sure it went down the track, so we slowed it up, and it was just too much. Racing full-time for the first time since 2020, Beckman is hoping to get his 2nd career win at Gainesville. He won in 2018. And secure his 3rd victory since taking over the controls of the peak Chevy last August in relief of the team's founder, who continues to provide moral support to his sponsors and teams while recovering from the traumatic brain injury he suffered in a crash at Richmond, Virginia. Driving a peak performer prepared by Daniel Hood, Chris Cunningham, and a crew led by Tim Fabrici, Beckman has won 2 of his last 4 starts, including the 2024 season-ending in-and-out finals in Pomona, California. It's pretty cool to be sitting #1 on Friday night, said the U.S. Air Force veteran and cancer survivor. Interesting deal. New visor, new helmet. I pull up there, and the right side of the windshield is fogging up. I can't see the pre-stage and stage lights. Everything is a haze. I flip my visor up, and I'm like, well, it's the visor. So you breathe in, breathe out, Frank Hawley School stuff. I put my visor down, I'm rolling in, and I pre-stage, and it starts fogging again. And I'm like, well, Dan Wilkerson is already staged. I'm not going to hang him out. He recalled. So I went in, and every time this Peak squad sticks this car right down the lane. Piece of cake.